Alright lads, how are you getting on? Finn here from Fanatical Gaming. We're going to talk about Borderlands 4 today. I have about 60 hours played in total at the moment in Borderlands 4. I'm level 40 in the Exo Soldier Rafa. Today I'm just going to give my kind of overall impressions on Borderlands 4. Just to let you know if it's worth buying or we're waiting for a sale or even if it's worth buying at all, to be honest. So if you don't know what Borderlands 4 is, if you haven't heard of the first one, the second and the third one, it's an open world kind of looter shooter. I actually haven't played Borderlands 2 or 3, so the last one I played was a long time ago, the first Borderlands. So obviously it has changed since then. It's now open world, but it's the kind of same concept. You know, you loot and you shoot and play against bosses. I do quite like Borderlands 4. You play at your own pace. For me, it's quite chill, and it's kind of my background game that I like to just go and shoot enemies, and I listen to a podcast or I watch a movie or I just watch some YouTube videos. So it is quite chill for me, and I do enjoy that. Honestly, it's not very story focused so far anyway for me. To be honest, like as I said, I kind of watch other videos when I'm playing this game, so I don't really take too much notice of the story. But to be honest, the more I played, the more I've gotten to enjoy the character of Rafa. He's quite funny sometimes and stuff, so yeah, I am kind of enjoying it. But yeah, it's not on the level of, you know, your Baldur's Gate or, you know, your top level story games at all. So if you're looking for a story, yeah, Borderlands 4 is definitely not it. But if you're looking for a shooter, or you're like me and you like Call of Duty, and yeah, Call of Duty is trash nowadays, and you just want to scratch that itch of playing something like a shooting game, yeah, this can scratch that itch for sure. And it's definitely been helping me with the amount of trash games I've been going out on multiplayer shooting games lately, in my opinion anyway. You know, I was brought up in the early 2010 era of the Call of Duty games and the good Battlefield games even. So yeah, for me it just scratches that kind of shooting itch. The core gameplay, as I said, is just you loot and you level up your gear, and you always go and shoot enemies and stuff like that, and bosses. You're always kind of getting new weapons, so you never get too bored of using a weapon. But as I've kind of gotten higher up my levels, I have kind of stuck to one weapon, or if I've farmed an enemy or something, I've kind of stuck to that weapon that I got from him, because obviously it's a really good weapon. So at the start of the game, yeah, you kind of swap weapons a lot, because you're always trying to get the next one. But I find as you kind of go up the levels, you kind of want to farm for the best weapon, the best gear. So then maybe you kind of stick with those more often than not. So the weapons, they feel unique and they are quite fun. Like especially when you get a synergy between your weapons and your gear. The synergy being like maybe this effect works with this effect. Maybe your shield works with when you get taken damage, and the shield just obliterates some enemies for you. Like, you know, when you start getting cooler weapons and cooler equipment, it just becomes more and more fun. So yeah, I would say like definitely farm any bosses, even in the early game. Just farm them until you get some of their items. You can even look up on some guides, you know, like what enemies drop and stuff like this, so you know what you can get from them. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying the core gameplay. And also I like the fact that you have a vehicle to drive around in, because I hate open world games where you're walking for ages and you just seem to get absolutely nowhere. And the vehicle just speeds everything up. You can also glide, and there's also grapple movement, which is quite fun and kind of reminds me of like Halo, or maybe even a bit of Destiny, kind of that kind of movement kind of style. So yeah, I do actually quite enjoy the movement and the fact that you can move around with vehicles. And there's also fast travel as well. So if you want to go from one map to the one side of the map to the other side, you can fast travel as well. So yeah, it's quite fun. It's quite fun. So what I would suggest, if you are going to get the game, like do everything as you go. Like do all the collectibles, do all the side missions. I don't know, just experience the full game as you go. Like if you're going to go do a mission, the main mission, collect everything on the way instead of coming back later. Unless you just want to do the main missions, but I don't know. I just think it's better to do everything. Side missions, get the collectibles. They get you the XP faster as well, and you don't have to go and backtrack on yourself later on, which was what I kind of did after the first 10 hours. I kind of realized I should have been collecting stuff and doing side missions, so I went back and did all that. And now as I'm playing, I'm just doing everything if I'm in that area. So I think that's kind of the best way, in my opinion, to do it. Also, just be aware that like your gear, as I said earlier, your gear, your skills, your weapons, they all synergize together. So definitely look up some guides. I know some people like to say, oh, I like to go in blind and stuff like this, but if you don't know what you're doing in this game, you know, it can be fun, I guess, because you're still shooting enemies and stuff, but the fun for me is getting the crazy gear and just obliterating the enemies, and the weapons all synergizing together. It's just, I don't know, it feels like you're just some super boss yourself, and you can just kill everything really easily and stuff. I don't know. That's why I really enjoy about Borderlands 4. So yeah, I think farming is key. Definitely go and farm some enemies after you kill them the first time. You don't get what you want, farm them again and again. Can be tedious, I guess, to some people, but I don't know why. But it's like crack to me, just trying to get that weapon or that bit of gear that you've been looking for. And when it finally drops, it's just amazing, because then you can go on and use it, and your build is even better then. So I would say, like, use guides definitely to kind of get an understanding, especially if you haven't played a Borderlands game before. So yeah, definitely the constant upgrades is what keeps it fresh. You always feel stronger as you go. Farming is rewarding. Building, the synergy feels powerful, and yeah, it's just a great chill game experience in my opinion. I'm using the character Rafa. He's fast, he's aggressive kind of playstyle. He's high mobility, he glides, he grapples. He's a strong kind of synergy build I'm using at the moment, with a shield shotgun combination, and he just feels really powerful now that I've optimized him even more as I've gotten higher up the levels. So yeah, it's really fun, and obviously that's only one character out of a few other characters that I haven't even got into yet. So if I ever do get bored of him or want to change characters after a while, I can always go back and get a new experience. So there's still so much time left for me to play in this game as well. There is some downsides though. So for example, the story, as I said earlier, it's not engaging for me. Like, it's not like the top story or anything like this. And again, it doesn't have to be, I guess, because the gameplay is kind of addicting and fun. So yeah, I'm not playing this game for the story, but if you are looking for a story game, I don't think this is it. As I said, it's just easy to ignore the narrative, to be honest. It doesn't demand full focus, so if you want a chill game, that can be an upside. But if you want something more demanding and more kind of testing, like Elden Ring, where you have to really focus to kill bosses and stuff, then yeah, this game is not for you, because it's totally opposite of that. Like, every boss I've fought, apart from early game, maybe one or two bosses maybe, but I've still kind of killed them easy enough. But every other boss I've just kind of walked through at this stage, to be honest, like, pretty easily. But don't get me wrong, the boss fights are still fun, but it's not that challenge like in Elden Ring. Now again, I haven't finished the game or anything, and maybe the bosses do get harder as the game goes on. But as I said, I'm after playing 60 hours, and I haven't found any boss difficult so far. But that's not to say that later on that the bosses do get a bit harder. I don't know, but after 60 hours, yeah, it's been pretty easy and fun. But again, that could be a downside. So it could feel repetitive for some people, I guess. It's like, for me, Assassin's Creed, for example, Odyssey and Origins just felt super repetitive, because you're going to a camp and you're, killing the people in the camp and collecting the stuff there, the loot there, and then you go to another camp somewhere else, and it just got so boring for me. But in Borderlands, I'm not having that problem, I guess. I think it's maybe because of the vehicle and the grappling and the kind of faster travel and movement and stuff. Whereas Assassin's Creed, like Odyssey and stuff, was that slow kind of walking, running everywhere, So I felt like maybe that's why. And obviously shooting and throwing grenades and all this is a bit more fun for me personally. So I guess it could be repetitive for some people. Maybe, I don't know. Because again, it depends on your own opinion as well, because I just hated Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origins. I just hated that repetitiveness of going to the camp and killing people and looting. It just felt the same thing over and over again. It felt so pointless. But with Borderlands 4, for me, it doesn't feel repetitive. It just feels fun, clearing camps with your new weapons and stuff. But that could be a con, I guess, to some people. Maybe. So what would I suggest on the pricing? I don't think it's worth, at the full price, whatever it is, probably $60, $70, is it? I don't think it's worth that, definitely. Yeah, you can get a lot of hours. I've seen, like, people probably can get 500 hours, thousands of hours in this game. So maybe time-wise, you can say it's worth it. But I don't know, the average person who are not that into Borderlands, like, can you actually see yourself playing that much? Maybe not. For me, when I got into the game, I got it on sale for about 182 dirham. I live in Dubai, but that in dollars is around $50. So I got it on sale. Yeah, it's better. It feels better to get it at that price, but I do think if you wait a bit longer to get it less than that, I do think it's like a $40 game. I would say wait for a good sale to get it. I could see myself playing another 200, 300 hours in the game, honestly, if it continues to be fun, obviously. But at the moment, I have not lost enjoyment after 60 hours. I still kind of want to grind it more. So I would definitely say wait for a sale though. I wouldn't buy it full price. It doesn't feel like it's I could justify a full price for this game. And it depends on how much you enjoy this style of game. Obviously, I've heard complaints from other people who actually played Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3 that they don't like Borderlands 4. I see a lot of people complain on YouTube videos and on Reddit posts and stuff. So if you are obviously a person who played those games, again, you probably know a lot more than me. So this is more for people who haven't played it before. But if you haven't played it before, I would say, yeah, wait for a sale, and then you can test it out and see if you enjoy it. But I do think you can have a lot of fun here, especially if you like shooting games, if you like Destiny in the past, or if you like Call of Duty, you know, and you just have that itch to play a shooting game at the moment. So again, just to kind of wrap that up, who is it for? Players who enjoy looter shooters, obviously, people who like grinding and building builds, chill gamers who maybe like to watch podcasts or YouTube videos on the side. It's definitely not for story focused players, but yeah, that's just my opinion. So playing blind is completely fine if you want to just dive in, but I did that for the first 10 hours. But yeah, I rather the gameplay when I actually looked up guides. After 10 hours, it did make the game a lot more fun for me. Actually knowing what weapons to go for and kind of making my build with Rafa actually kind of more synergetic. I don't know if that's a word, but yeah, having more synergy in my build, it's way more important. And yeah, farming the bosses definitely improved my experience too, because I got the good weapons and the good loot. So overall, like, I would say it's worth it on sale. If you like looting and progression, you could just pick it up if you really wanted to. If you know you like Borderlands games, and yeah, just pick it up. But yeah, the sales are not too far off now. We've Steam Summer Sale coming up soon, and if you're on PlayStation or whatever, I'm sure just wait for a sale, honestly, unless you really have that itch. Yeah, I personally would not buy it full price. Yeah, it has a strong gameplay loop. You know, you kill bosses, you loot, but it just has that weak narrative. My personal rating for the game would be probably about I don't know, 7.5 to 8 out of 10. You know, just for the purpose of it actually being fun. You know, for the moment, I just do find it quite addicting and quite fun. That's about it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Borderlands 4. Maybe I'll make another video after like 100 hours or 150 hours if I do continue to play it and kind of see where my thoughts are after I kind of finish the end game. But that's just kind of my impressions after 60 hours of gameplay. Just thought I'd let everybody know like what I thought of it, because I'm a new player and who hasn't played Borderlands in quite some time. What, I don't know, maybe 15 years probably. So yeah, it's my first kind of Borderlands 4 game in quite some time. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video anyway, please feel free to subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you all in the next video, guys.